Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things. And today I'm going to do my March Shop My Stash recap and my April Shop My Stash recap. I feel like especially with everything going on right now, like Shop My Stashes, that is where it is at. So I actually was able to finish a few products in my Shop My Stash last month, which was super exciting. I'll also explain why I picked some of the things I picked for this upcoming month. And I will show myself choosing from my drawers, all that stuff. Did I miss anything? Also, it's like torrential raining right now, so you might hear that above me. Other than that, I feel like we can, let's go. So I think total I finished three products this month, so those will be removed from my inventory. I'm excited. I'm working my way through it. So the first product I finished up was a small sample size of the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I do like this. I have actually, I think, a couple of these little minis in my backup drawer. While I do like this primer, I would say that the Backlight Priming Filter I prefer over the First Light Priming Filter. I just like the luminescence that the Backlight gives more so than the First Light does. Personal preference. The foundation that I did have in my Shop My Stash last month was the Pacifica Light Clean Foundation. I actually made a huge dent. It is now all the way down to here. I still am not crazy about this foundation. Something about it, it doesn't sit well on texture, I find. And I feel like it kind of starts to break up a lot during the day for me specifically. So I definitely would like to try to finish this up completely. Obviously, like I made such a good dent this month, but it's not one that has made a lasting impact on me that I want to repurchase in the future. Okay, another product I was able to finish up this month was the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. I pulled out the stopper and man, it must have started to get really dry towards the end because it was not performing the way that I know that this concealer performs, because I think this is the third tube of this product I've gone through. While I definitely would purchase it again in the future, I don't feel like it's something I absolutely need right now. I feel like I've been finding a lot more hydrating concealers that I prefer over this one. However, this one definitely is nice. I'm wondering if come like the summertime, I'll want something a little bit more mattifying. I'm not sure. I'm not jumping to repurchase it, but I'm not saying I won't repurchase it somewhere down the line. And that's the tea. Oh wait, I finished 4 products. I forgot to finish this one. Okay, this one I'm so excited I finished. It is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I had this little tiny baby size of it, and it is not something I like. I did like how wet it kind of felt when I first started using it, but that quickly went away. And someone told me it was because this mini size doesn't have the lid, but I've heard other people who have like the press-on closed lid, also theirs have dried out too, so not something I will be missing for sure. The pressed powder I had in my Shop My Stash was this. This is the Almay pressed powder, and the shade was 100 My Best Light. And this shade, it's a fine pressed powder. I don't have any complaints. However, this is the lightest powder, and this is darker than my skin tone when I use it. So it definitely adds a touch of color. So that's kind of a negative for me. I definitely can go through this. I definitely will use it up. Like for me, going through pressed powders, it's not the hardest product to go through. I just wish that maybe if it was a tinted product that there was a shade lighter than this, and I don't think there is. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So for brow products, I finished up my brow pencil. I'm so excited. This was the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 3. So this was a free sample size I had gotten. That's why it doesn't have like the other end on it. However, 3 isn't a great shade match for me. So right now I'm wearing 3.5 in my brows, and that's the shade I really like. So I kind of had been like overlooking this one constantly because I was like, it's not my favorite shade. But I was able to fully use it up this month. So this is another product out of my stash. Okay, the brow gel I've been using this month was the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. I do have this in the clear shade. I do like this. However, I don't think I would repurchase this because this is more of like a fluffifying brow gel, whereas I prefer something that holds. So I think this is good at making them fluffy, but it's not something necessarily that I am looking for when it comes to my brow gel. So I think it's a good product. It's just not what I'm looking for. So when it does finish up, I won't repurchase it. Okay, I had 2 eyeliners. I picked a black eyeliner. This is the Ulta Beauty Gel Eyeliner in the shade Blackout. I actually used this for about a week this month, maybe 2 weeks. I think it was only a week though. And I stopped using it because this eyeliner was like, it was just making such a mess. It was not making me happy. So I think this is one that I will put aside for a products that didn't work for me video, and then I will definitely have to get rid of it. I will say pencil eyeliners like this, you can donate to Project Beauty Share because they can sanitize these type of products. So this is one product that I definitely will be donating down the line. However, there was a bright side. I decided that I would start using my other eyeliner I had in my Shop My Stash, which is the Colourpop Creme Gel Eyeliner in the shade Get Paid. And as somebody who wears black eyeliner a lot, this shade actually was a different type of thing I was using. And I like it because I sometimes find that if I wear like a white or a nude eyeliner, it just doesn't look good on me. However, this shade was a little bit lighter than like a typical black or brown eyeliner. And I feel like it didn't give me that effect that like a pure light eyeliner gives, but it wasn't a dark eye. Something about it being right in the middle, I really liked the effect of it. So I was actually pushed to go out of my comfort zone, and I actually wound up liking it. Imagine that. Okay, face products. For bronzer, I had the Oliver Take Home the Bronze Bronzer. I can't believe I haven't hit pan on this product. I go in hard when I use this. Like I really like using this. I can see this being a product that I hit pan on someday because I genuinely love this. This might be one of my top bronzers I have. Really surprised I haven't hit pan in it. For blush, I had a blush palette, and that was the Alamar Cosmetics Blush Trio. I really like these blushes a lot. The middle shade is my favorite, but I definitely do reach into this one. Also, this one not as much, but I really like this palette. I enjoyed having it this month. And then for highlighter, I still cannot believe I have not hit pan on this highlighter. This is one of my oldest highlighters, one of my most used highlighters. This is the Tarte Amazonian highlighter in the shade Stunner. I feel like you can see that there's like a dip, but I love this thing. It's great. How have I not hit pan in all these years? Don't know. Then I picked 3 eyeshadow palettes and 3 singles. So the first palette was the Dose of Colors Baked Browns palette. I really do like this. It is very powdery, and I found that when I was reaching for simple eye looks this month, these first 2 shades were really good, like transition shades or just all over the lid shades. And I did definitely reach for these 2 shades the most out of this palette this month. It is very powdery. I feel like it's a palette that would be easy to hit pan on because they are such powdery shadows. So I did enjoy using this. My other kind of flop of the month with the black eyeliner was the Balm Petal to the Metal palette. Now, I want to like this. I think it has potential because it does look very pretty when you use it. It definitely does. I used them as topper shades. However, they hit hard pan so easily, and it's almost like when you go to use them, it's hard. Like nothing comes out, except you have to like dig your finger in to like re-moisten it. I don't know if that's the right word. I did get this for free at Ipsy Creator Day, and I really wanted to like it, but like it's kind of gross, I guess, is what I'm saying. And I feel like it's not something I could then turn around and, you know, donate to Project Beauty Share because they're creams, and like, I don't think they could sanitize this properly. I don't know. This to me, like, it was a big upset because the product is really pretty. I think somehow they need a better way of making it so the product doesn't dry out. And I don't know what the answer is because I do have a balm blush palette that's creams and it's not like this. So I don't know. I was pretty disappointed with this. The last palette I used this month was the Nomad Berlin Underground palette. I really enjoyed this. I did a really pretty green look, especially for St. Patrick's Day. And I used like this on the inner half of the lid, and these colors are so beautiful. It's a lot of metallic shades. So like I said, like the all matte Dose of Colors palette came in handy a lot with this palette, but I really do like this palette. I think the quality of the shades are really great. I think this is a good brand. I'm actually interested in trying more from the brand. Now, 3 single shadows I had this month. First is one I'm going to have to say goodbye to. This is the Stila Shimmer and Glow in the shade Kitten. I actually took out the stopper and it is basically completely empty in there and just nasty looking. Like, I did try rehydrating it with eye drops and that didn't do anything. So that's a shame. I did get maybe 2 looks I think out of it this month, but it's done. Its time has come. It has to go away. I had a shadow stick in my Shop My Stash as well. This is the Mally shadow stick in the shade Burnished Bronze. I actually do like this product. I do find that it's darker though And I find that because it's a shadow stick that's darker, it's a little harder for me to work with. But I do work with it and I like it. That's all I have to say about that. I have this Natasha Denona single in the shade 124K Bronzage. I did like this. This again was really easy for a one shadow look. I would just throw like a bronzer in my crease and this all over the lid, and one and done. Bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And then the setting spray I had this month, I can't believe I didn't use this up. This is the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. I really thought I was gonna finish it up, but it still has a bit of product in it. And I feel like I was using this almost every day all month, so it's the never-ending setting spray. But I do like this one a lot better than the matte one too. Then I had 5 lip products. I had the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip in All Natural Nude. Probably one of my most used nudes in general, let alone this entire month. Big fan. I had this Urban Decay Vice lipstick in Naked. I honestly feel like I only reached for it once or twice, but it's like a tiny little sample. I'd really like to use it up one day, and I really do like the shade. I don't reach for it a lot. I don't know why. I had this Wet n Wild lip color in the shade Bare Your Soul. I really do like this formula. It's like a nice matte lipstick. I had this Dose of Colors Nude Mood liquid lipstick. I'm a big fan of this shade. I got this in a BoxyCharm. Big fan. And then I had this Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade Peach Tea Lip Gloss. Honestly, it smells absolutely amazing. But I don't know if I'm crazy about the formula. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's an okay gloss, but it didn't like knock my socks off. And that's how I feel about it. Okay, that was that. Now let's get into what I'm going to be reaching for in April. There was like 2 kind of themes I wanted to go with. One was like springtime. I tried to pick springtime colors for sure, the springy vibes. But I also, since trying Samantha March's new collab, wanted to bring in a couple like other collab products to play with along with her stuff. So that's another theme, double theme month. So I did bring one primer in. I feel like I could finish this up this month. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow Instant Soft Focus Beauty Flash Primer. It's okay. It's not a revolutionary product I've tried. I don't really find it like super exciting. It's just okay. For foundations, I picked 2. The first is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. I used to love this foundation before I had acne. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it after acne, now that I have acne. So this is like a test trial period for this foundation because I definitely have it in 2 shades because it is a product that I loved so much that I did have it in 2 shades, but we'll see. I also brought in a mini. This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. A very highly raved about product, I feel like, on YouTube for a very long time. I have this in the shade Vanille. It's a little yellow for me. I feel like I only used this once and like didn't love the way it looked on my skin. However, opinions can change. So I'm gonna try it out again, see if I can get through this little sample of it and make another opinion on it. I did pick a concealer that I feel like I can try to use up this month. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is the shade C1. I feel like this is my 3rd or 4th of this product, and I really do think it's a good product. However, I really like the new Conceal and Hydrate Concealer, maybe a little bit more than this, so I don't know if I'm gonna buy this again. Okay, so I picked a loose powder and pressed powder again. So for loose powder, I went with this little guy from Marc Jacobs. This is their Perfect Coconut Setting Powder. I don't really remember what I think about this. I feel like I have always like kind of treasured it as my like little baby Marc Jacobs, but I'd rather use it up and not just have it sitting around hoarding. And then for my pressed powder, I decided to go with the Maybelline Superstay. I have this in the shade Porcelain. This is a product I feel like I used a ton last year and haven't reached for it a lot this year, so gonna bring it in. For brows, for my brow pencil, I have the Wonder Beauty brow pencil. This is the shade Dark Brown. Got this in an Ipsy Glam bag. I really like this pencil and I will be enjoying using it this month. For a brow gel, I have the NYX Control Freak brow gel. Not an all-time favorite, but one I would like to take to make a little dent in. I picked a brown and a purple eyeliner because why not? So my brown eyeliner is from Makeup Geek, and this is their brown eyeliner. And then from Colourpop, I have their Creme Gel Liner in the shade Best O. And it's like a, kind of like a dark mulberry, I don't know. Something like that. All right, now let's do like bronzer blush highlight. Since I am trying out the new Samantha March collab, I decided it makes sense to bring in the OG March Beauty Word highlight to play with since the whole collab goes together. I also decided to go with another Ofra collab because I thought it would be fun to mix it all together. And this is the collab that they did with Madison Miller last year. It has 2 highlighters and a blush. For bronzer, I have a stick contour and a powder bronzer. I decided to go with the Gigi Gorgeous Bronzer that they did with Ipsy. It's a duo here and it's called the Sick Sculpt. And for a stick bronzer, I have the AOA contour stick in Fawn. This is from Shop Miss A. All fun products. Now, before we go eyeshadow, I decided to bring in an eyeshadow primer because I never remember to reach for them. So I thought maybe if I put one in my Shop My Stash, I'll use it. And this is just the original Urban Decay Primer Potion. All right, let's talk our 3 eyeshadow palettes. So I did want to do a small neutral eyeshadow palette and I decided to pick one I never reach for, and that's my Mini Nubian from Juvia's Place. It's the only eyeshadows I have from Juvia's Place, and I feel like I never really made a opinion on this palette. So I'm gonna use this month. I feel like for springtime, I can't not use the Colourpop Sweet Talk palette. I have not reached into this for a while, and I watched a video from me from last spring playing with it, and I was like, what is all over my eyes? And then I realized it was this, and I was like, that looks good. And then another palette I feel like I haven't reached for a lot is from Catrice, and this is the Rose All Day eyeshadow palette. I bought this when I was in New York, so it reminds me of like a really fun trip and has a lot of really good, pretty spring colors, and that's the plan. So my 3 single eyeshadows. First from Catrice, I have the Chocolate Cake by the Ocean shadow. It looks like this. It's a really pretty all over the lid color. I decided to pick up this one from Ulta. This is the Creme eyeshadow in Rose Gold. That looks like a really pretty all over the lid shade. And then I reached for this one the other day and I was like, that's coming in my Shop My Stash. I used this one the other day, the Urban Decay Heavy Metal in Midnight Cowboy. So pretty. All right. And then my setting spray is one I think I talked about in my like 2 years ago haul that I want to use up, and that's the Essence Keep It Perfect Makeup Fixing Mist. It's not a super favorite, so I never really reached for it. If I could finish this off this month, that would be fantastic. And then this month I decided to pick 6 lip products because YOLO. All of them I was trying to go for like different spring colors. I feel like I did a good job picking like 6 very different shades. So for this liquid lipstick, this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in the shade Bare Attraction. This is like one of my OG faves. From Persona, I have their Flamingo Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is probably one of my most pink liquid lipsticks, and I'm gonna use it. I went with a lip pencil, and this is the shade Intriguing from NARS. Very pretty. For gloss, I have the Colourpop So Juicy Plumping Gloss in the shade Princess Cut. With another tube, and this is the Tarte Busy Gal Gloss. And then for a little like lip stain, because why not, this is from the brand Deuce, and this is their Luscious Lip Stain in the shade Passion Peach, and this is like a bright coral lip stain. So we'll see what I do this month with all of this, but you'll have to let me know, have you guys been shopping your stash a lot now that you're at home? You can let me know anything you want me to know, honestly, and I will now do a overview of all the products in my Shop My Stash. And yeah, that is it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.